Okay, good day. One packet today. This is a little bit confusing. Okay, I will help you guys if you need it. A club has a goal to sell at least 25 plants for a fundraiser. Club members sell 8 plants on Wednesday and 9 plants on Thursday. Write and solve an inequality that gives a possible number of plants the club can sell on Friday to meet their goal. Now, this is what write and solve an inequality means, okay? You see that word goal. The word goal means you start with a greater than or equal to sign. It's on the board too. Look on the board. Now you have one number that represents your goal, and that number is 25. 25, and then you need to put the 25's label, 25 plants. Now you need to find plants amounts that help you reach your goal. So you see 8 plants, okay? So you're going to put 8. You don't need a label on this side, but you find the plants number, so put 8. Now after you write a number down, you have to ask yourself, does it say per or each? It does not say per or each with it, so you don't put a times dot, okay? You write plus then. What's your net? And after you write plus, you find the next group of plants. 9. Does 9 say per or each? No, it does not, okay? So no times. I write plus, and then there's no more plants, okay? So then what I do is I write P. Use a P for your variable. Plants, P is plants. Or excuse me, go down and look here. Go down, whatever that word starts with, right there, you're going to put that letter. Okay, now we're going to solve this, okay? There's no multiplication or division, so that means we're going to keep the sign, okay? Because this is where your letter's at. You're going to want to add these two, okay? So you're going to add 8 plus 9, just make a V. 8 plus 9, 17. Okay, so there's no multiplication, so you take out the 17 now, but it's positive, so you're going to minus it. And then you go minus it from 25. So 25 minus 17 is 8. And you don't need to put any letter, you just start with the word and then put P. Okay, so there you have it. P greater than or equal to 8. So you just write that down here. And then you graph right beside it. So 0, 8, circle, fill it in. Each the letter, okay, so each the letter, it's going this way, and you just copy that onto it. Okay. Next problem. I earn $12 per hour at my job. My goal is to earn $400 for the week. Write and solve an inequality that gives how many full hours I need to work to meet my goal. Okay, so there's that word, that phrase, write and solve an inequality that gives, okay? I'm going to get up. I got to get a calculator here for this one. Okay, so it says goal again. So goal is greater than or equal to. And the goal is $400. Now, label it dollars. That's the label. Now, look for a dollar amount, but $12. Now, that says per, okay? Now, it says per what? Per hour. So, if it says per each, you need to put multiplication, okay? And then after the multiplication, I put a letter, okay? Whatever it comes after per, and that would be H. That's pretty much all we have going on here. Now we just need to solve it, okay? So 12 times H is greater than or equal to 400. So H is over here. We do have multiplication, but it's by a positive, so that means we don't switch the sign. We keep it the same. There's no plus number to take out, so we go into the dividing process. So you have H, go down here, and then you take 400 divided by 12. Just a second, I'm writing something that's also on the board so you guys can see it. Okay. Alright, so I take 400 divided by 12. Now it wants full numbers, not decimals, okay? Now if you have this symbol here, you add 1 before the decimal. So before the decimal we have 33. So I need to add 1 and it would be 34. Okay. So hours, H could be greater than or equal to 34 hours, okay? Then you plot it down here. Circle, fill it. It's eating the letters, so that would be this way. Okay. Next problem. I go to a store with $50. That means I have $50. I'm buying Snickers and 3 Musketeers. Snickers cost $3.99 per bag, and 3 Musketeers cost $4.99 per bag. I know I'm going to buy 8 bags of Snickers. Write and solve an inequality that gives how many full bags of 3 Musketeers I can afford to buy. Now, it's not a goal. When you have money, you use the less than or equal to sign because you cannot go over that amount. So we have $50. Now, we're looking for dollars numbers. So $3.99. Now that says per. Now what's the $3.99 for? What am I buying for $3.90? You're buying Snickers, so put S, okay, for Snickers. Now there's another money number, so plus 4.99, and that's per, okay. Now, what's it for? What are you buying for $4.99? You're buying 3 Musketeers, so just put capital T so it doesn't look like a plus, okay? Now, we have 2 different variables, the S and the T, okay? There's also an 8 in this problem. It's 8 bags of Snickers, so 8 goes in for S, okay? So cross out S and put 8. Then circle that. You are going to multiply 3.99 times 8 before you worry about solving for the T, okay? 31.92. So what do we have? We have $31.92 plus $4.99 times T less than or equal to 50. Now we can solve for the T, the 3 Musketeers, okay? So make your wall, you got plus and times, highlight the times, but it's positive, so I will keep the sign the same. But I do have to take out the $31.92, okay? So I'll need to subtract $31.92. So I have 4.99 times T, and then I take 50, subtract $31.92, $18.08. Okay, now it's time to divide, but I'm dividing both sides by a positive, so the sign will stay the same. So you get T. Okay, so this is what I got for an answer, 3 point, but it wants full numbers, okay? So that's your symbol, a less than, okay? Less than, you just keep the number before the decimal. Keep the number before the decimal, which would be 3, okay? So T less than or equal to 3, and then you graph it. Circle. Now it's eating the number, so when it eats the number, it's going this way. Okay, next one. In a community garden, you want to fence in a vegetable garden. The width of the garden is 12 feet. You have 42 feet of fence, okay? Write and solve an inequality that finds possible lengths of the garden. Now, you have 42 feet, okay? Now, this one's a little bit different, like a lot different, okay? What feet amount do you see? You see 12, okay? Now, when you write the 12 down, you need to actually draw a picture with a length and a width. It's a rectangle, okay? So this is length, this is length, this is width, this is width, okay? Now, what's the 12? It says the width is 12, so width is 12. So you cross out your widths and put 12. So there's two 12s, so it's 12 times 2. Plus, now let's talk about our lengths, okay? There's also two L's in this problem, okay? There's two L's. So plus L times 2 or 2 times L, okay? Because that's what you're solving for, the length. Okay, so after you write, you just had a 12, okay? Now to see what it's multiplied by, you need to draw the length, length, width, width rectangle, okay? And if 12 is your width, you put 12 in for your W's, and it's 12 times 2 because there's two of them. Plus L, 2 times L, okay? 2 times L because there's two L's. Now we're going to solve for L, but first we need to figure out what 12 times 2 would be. We can't figure out what 2 times L would be because we don't know the number value for L, but I can figure out 12 times 2, that's 24. So you have 24 plus 2 dot L less or equal to 42. Okay, so highlight the plus and times. You keep the sign the same, but you have to take out your 24. Okay, so minus 24, minus 24. So 2 times L, 42 minus 24 is 18. Then we divide each side by 2. You have L. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay? So length L less or equal to 9. Circle fill it, it eats the 9. Okay? So it's going this way. Okay, next problem. The Environmental Club is selling indoor herb gardens for Earth Day. Each member is encouraged to sell at least 10 gardens, okay? You sell 3 gardens on Monday, 4 gardens on Tuesday. Write and solve an inequality that finds the number of possible gardens you can sell to meet your goal, okay? Okay, so goal. Goal would be greater than or equal to. Now, what number is the goal? It's always the highest number, so it'd be 10. 10 gardens. Now, actually, after you write a number down, go up into the problem and cross it off. It's done. Okay. Now, find me a gardens number. 3. Now, it doesn't say per or each, so there's no times to the 3. Okay. Now, I go find my next garden number, 4. There's no per or times with 4, so I just don't make a dot. I just go on to the next number. But there is no next number, so I put plus G. See, there's no times at all, okay? You can combine the 3 and the 4. Those can be added. Neither one of them have letters, so just add them. Neither one of them have times dots, so we just add them. 3 plus 4 is 7, okay? So you have 7 plus G greater than or equal to 10. Okay, so it's a keep because there's no multiplication or division. So then I just take out the 7. I subtract 7 from both sides. And I have G greater than or equal to 3. So your gardens, they can be greater than or equal to 3. Remember, if you don't see per or each, you don't put a times dot, you just keep writing, then you keep writing plus, okay? Circle, fill it, eats the letter, so eating the letter goes this way. Okay, next problem. My goal is to earn $500 at my job for the week. I make $15 per hour. Write and solve an inequality to find how many full hours I need to work to meet my goal. Okay, so there's that word goal. Goal is greater than or equal to, and your goal is $500. Put the label with the 500. Now find a dollars amount. There's only one of them, $15. That says per, okay? Now what's the $15 for? It's for working hours, so 15 times H. And then that's the only dollars amount you have in conjunction with the 500, so you have it set up, okay? See, because my goal is 500, got that established. Then $15 per hour, then there's no other information, okay? So now I solve it. Times, but it's by a positive, so keep the sign the same, and you don't have the plus number outside, so you go right into dividing. It's only one step, one operation to get rid of. So H, so I'm going to divide 500 by 15. Okay, once again, it has to be full, okay? Meaning no decimal. So when I have that symbol right there, I add a 1 before the decimal. So adding 1 to 33 would be 34. Okay. So you have solved it. H can be greater than or equal to 34. Number line, circle 0, 34. Fill it, and it eats the number, so it goes this way. Okay, next problem. I work 2 jobs. I make $11.25 per hour at Hy-Vee, and I make $10 per hour at Baumgars. My goal for the week is to earn $450. I know I'm slated to work 25 hours at Baumgars. Write and solve an inequality that gives how many full hours I need to work at Hy-Vee to meet my goal. So goal. Before you ask me questions, you got to put the goal symbol with the greater than or equal to, and then the highest, what your goal is. Your goal is $450. Okay, so find the first dollar amount, $11.25. Now when that says per, it means a multiplication dot, and what's it for? It's for hours, but it's for hours at a certain place, Hy-Vee, so put capital H for Hy-Vee, and that's taken care of. That expression's done. Now there's another money amount, so plus $10, and that says per, so that's times. Okay, if it says per each, you have to times. And what that's for, yeah, it's for hours, but you're working at a certain business. When they tell you where you're working, you want to put capital B. Okay. Now, I've got it set up, but then 25, that's all the money amounts I have, but I got to put this 25 hours into the inequality. Now, it's at Baumgars, so 25 goes in for B. Okay. So cross slash out your B and just put 25. Now circle that, okay? So we can figure out what 10 times 25 is. 250, okay? Okay, so we have 11.25 times H plus 10, or excuse me, 10 times 25, but that's 250. Here, that looks like crap, sorry. 11.25 times H plus 250 is greater than or equal to 450, and now I solve for H, okay? So you got times and plus, so you highlight the times, okay? It's positive, so that will be keeping the sign the same. Actually, I'm just going to keep it this, yeah, keep it the same. You do have to take out the 250 though. So you subtract 250. 450 minus 250 is 200. And over here I have 11.25 dot h. Okay. Now it's time to solve the times by dividing by 11.25. Okay, so we have h, and you take 200 divided by 11.25. Now, once again, that symbol there means we add 1 to whatever's before the decimal. So we have 18 before the 17 before the decimal, so adding 1 takes it up to 18. Okay. So h greater than or equal to 18. So hours at high V, it could be 18 or anything more than 18. Circle, fill it, and it eats the letters, so that would be this way. Okay, then our last example. You want to make a rectangular banner with a length of 18 feet. I screwed this up down here. Guys, scribble that out down there and write width. That's my fault. Okay, width. You want to make a rectangular banner with a length of 18 feet. You have 48 feet of trim for the banner. Write and solve an inequality that gives a possible widths of the banner. Okay, so you have is less than or equal to 48 feet. Now, the only feet amount you have is 18 feet, but that, when you're talking about a rectangle, that comes in 18. Don't write feet. Okay. So 18 times, now to figure out what your times, you're going to want to draw the rectangle. So length, length, width, width. So what's 18? It says the length's 18 feet. So it's the L, that's 18. You got to read the problem, the length of 18 feet. So it's 18 times 2 because there's 2 of them. Now there's also the width, okay, because you're putting that 48 feet around all 4 sides. So there's 2 18, so 18 times 2. But then there's 2 W's, so plus 2 times W. Now, 18 times 2, you need to multiply that, okay? That's going to be 36. So we now have 36 plus 2 times W is less than or equal to 48. And now I solve it. So you have plus and times, so you highlight the times. That's a keep. All these are keep because you don't have any negatives really. But you do have to take out the 36 before you divide by 2. So 2 times W, 48 minus 36 is 12. Then 2 times W is 12, so divide by 2. And W and 6. Okay. So you got 6, you circle, you fill it, eats a number, so that would be back this way. Okay. Okay, and then you have your 4 problems on your assignment. There will be no multiplication in this problem. Okay, goals 160 and 42, 65, 42 without a dot, plus 65 without a dot, plus C without a dot, and then you're good to go. Okay, next one. The goal here is $125. That's your goal. Okay. You have a dollar amount that says per, so it needs a dot with H. And that's going to be it. You'll solve it. Goal's $500, okay? You have $2 amounts, okay? Both needs to be times, okay? So, and then there, you're going to get a rectangle problem.